So I have a question for you. What does my daughter's new puppy and a great small business have in common? I'll tell you in a second. One of the things I really like looking at are the differences between good and, in fact, great small businesses and mediocre businesses, because we want to know the difference, right? Well, let me tell you the first difference. I'm going to tell you 5, but let me tell you the first one. The first one is, like my daughter's puppy, great small businesses are very loyal. I saw a survey recently where the franchise industry looked at all the different franchisees out there. Now, if you think about it, a franchisor has a very vested interest in having great franchisees. If you think about it, right? Because those franchisees carry on the brand, they interact with customers, they help pay the bills. You want to have great franchisees. Some franchisees are better than others. So what's the difference? Well, it turned out the very best franchisees, what was the one distinguishing characteristic of the best franchises? Is it that they advertise more? Nope. Is it that they had a great location? Nope. It was that they were great to their employees. Now, isn't that interesting? The best franchisees, the best owners of those franchises were fantastic employers. They treated their employees well. They had a participatory work environment. They listened to comments and criticism. They created a fun place to work. They were, like a puppy, very loyal, very good, very kind. And in return, those employees loved working at those places. And when you love working someplace, well, what happens is you end up being nicer to the customers, you end up trying a little harder, you work a little better. That's number one. You want to be like the puppy, be loyal, be good to your employees. The second characteristic of a great small business is that they have a great team. People committed to the vision of the business, and people committed to the success of the business, and people who get value out of being a part of that business. It may be that your employees are fantastic, your partner is great, maybe it's your spouse and your board of advisors, whatever it is. If you want to really create a special business, you create a great team. When venture capitalists look to invest in businesses, what do they look at? Well, sure, they look at the business plan, they look at the revenue projections, they look at what's called the secret sauce, right? The special idea of that business. But the number one thing a venture capitalist looks at when he analyzes a business to see whether he wants to invest millions of dollars in that business is what? It's the team. It's the team. So think about that. If it's so important to the very best investors in the world, then it should be important to you. It's definitely important to me. You want to create a great team. So that's number 2. The third characteristic of a great small business is the willingness to take a risk. You got to try something new. You got to take some calculated, smart risks. It doesn't have to be a crazy, wild risk. Think about New Coke, for example, maybe the worst product ever invented in recent history. Actually, I won't say it's the worst product, but it certainly didn't roll out very well and it was off the shelves very quickly. Did you know that the people who invented New Coke, the Coke executives, got raises? They got raises from the Coca-Cola company. Why is that? Because they were willing to try something new. Yeah, they maybe struck out. It wasn't the best idea ever, but they tried something new. So that's what I'm talking about. Creative, intelligent, smart risk-taking. You may pan out, may not, but when it does, boy, you're going to be happy you did it. The fourth characteristic of a great small business ties in with the third, and that is that these businesses are creative and innovative. What I hate is when I go to a business and it's, I pay you this and you give me that. And I pay you that and you give me this. Oh, there's so many boring, by-the-numbers, basic businesses out there. If you want to be a special business, then you need to be a special business. Be creative, take some risks, be innovative, try some new things. It doesn't need to cost a lot of money, but it can make a big difference. Finally, the last characteristic of a great business, big or small, is that they're about more than money. We all love to make a profit. Profit is great, but the best businesses have values in the mix that are equal to or more important even than profit. So that's what I want you to think about. What values do you live by in your business that make a difference? That's the kind of thing that makes a team excited. That's the kind of thing that creates customer loyalty. That's the kind of thing that gets you up and revving and going every day. But if you're just thinking about making money, yeah, that's fine. But if you're thinking about making a difference, then you're going to be really happy.